Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Now, to this game. The Rams defense put on a dominant performance as the Rams routed the Vikings 27-9. The Rams now will travel to face Philadelphia on Sunday in the divisional round of the playoffs. The Rams tied an NFL postseason record with 9 sacks, and they were coming tonight. And they could swing. Neville Gallimore. Is that Neville Gallimore? That's Neville Gallimore that played with Dallas. Wow, he didn't do that with Dallas. He had 1.5 sacks. B. Young had 1.5 sacks. Hawk had a half a sack. Witherspoon had a sack. Durant had a sack. D. Johnson had a sack. Fisk had a sack. Didn't Burst have one too? Oh, Jared. I guess they took his sack, but they were all over tonight. They were really all over. Right. Sam Darnold, he didn't have an opportunity, and then he fumbled, gave up a scoop and score, and that was really it. But this defense, look, we know the Rams can pressure the quarterbacks, but we didn't see this. Not this.
No. Matter of fact, what we saw for the Rams tonight, listen, the goddamn front four, the 2 rookies on the outsides, phenomenal. I'm talking about on the inside.
Burst and Young.
Yeah, phenomenal players. Now, when it came from a defensive standpoint, I gave the edge to the Vikings.
Because they're a pressure team, yes.
Because he's a pressure team. And most of the time, 98% of the time, they get to the quarterback, make him uncomfortable as far as his decision-making and rushing throws. So that's what I thought I was going to see tonight. But I'm looking at the game like, what in the world is going on? And just like you always say, no matter how you play in the postseason, no matter how you play in the regular season, when you get to the postseason, it's one game.
One game.
No matter if you got 14 wins, if you got 8 wins, you got 9 wins in just one game. And what team is going to show up tonight? And the Rams showed up tonight. That goddamn Puka Nacua, boy.
Hey, they got Puka. Higbee made some big time catches. Cooper Kupp had 1 target. It was a big time catch, a 29-yarder. Yeah. Obviously, Kyron Williams had a receiving touchdown. He ran really, really hard. Look. The Rams struggled. If you go back and look, I think they started the season 1-4.
Yeah, they were bad. They were talking about trading everybody.
Yep, they were. And then all of a sudden, they got hot, and they did not look back. Stafford started playing better, but it was that defense. The defense started generating pressure, taking the ball away, creating turnovers, putting their offense on short fields, and the guys started capitalizing.
Yeah,
but Ocho, if they play like this here, I don't know if 22 points is going to get it done for Philly. They're going to have to play better than what they played against Green Bay.
I said that yesterday. And I had people in the chat or tweet me today, who you say not going to be able to score or beat Philly not scoring. You need to be able to put up numbers. You need to be able to put up, because when you come in there next week, you're going to have to get Devontae Smith involved. You're going to have to get A.J. Brown involved, because you have a high-powered offense I'm getting ready to say Sam Darnold. With Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Kyron Williams, the tight ends, everybody is involved in that offense.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles got to match that energy.
Yeah.
They got to match that energy and get contributions from everybody.
Ocho, they're going to have to run the football to slow that pass rush down. Because, see, tonight, Minnesota really couldn't generate a rush.
Yeah.
So they threw caution to the wind. And once you see blood in the water, they're sharks.
Yeah.
It's going to turn into a frenzy. You see a lot of times. Now, they got them a couple of times. They brought the double edge. Justin Jefferson went in motion. And they knew, like, when Jefferson goes in motion, he never looks hot. They don't run hot to that side. Right. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring both of them off that side, and neither one of them look back. We were always taught, Ocho, if you come in motion, just take a glance back. If nobody runs with you,
right?
Why you not moving? Why y'all didn't bump out? Something up, Ocho. I don't like this. Because normally when somebody come in motion, if a guy's already over the inside guy, he's gonna bump to go to the outside. Well, if he don't come, my intent that he coming. Ain't no way. Ain't no way he gonna stay there and leave me. by myself.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it, especially with something like that, I would think and I would hope, but obviously they don't, you would have hot routes built in. You should have hot routes built in no matter what. And obviously they didn't, DB coming right off the edge and no that. Justin Jefferson, he just running down the field. And it's not his fault. And then one of the interceptions. I just want to talk receiver talk real quick, just real quick. On Addison, I can't remember number 14's name from the Rams.
Justin Durant.
Yes. Out that bunch look with the condensed split where Addison had the out route. I wish with understanding, if he can hold that inside shoulder just a little bit longer and take him 2 or 4 yards just to get the DB to open up. Just if you can get him to open up, even if the throw is inside, it gives you a chance to adjust to it and make the catch where the DB still has a transition and flip just to make a play on the ball. But when you just roll out of it and he not opened up yet, all he got to do is just come on right down to the ball if it's a bad throw.
Yeah, hold on, Ocho. I know it's hold on. Kobe Durant. That's his name. Okay. 14 for the Rams. Kobe Durant.
Yeah, it was a good play by Kobe.
Most sack yardage lost in a playoff game in NFL history. Sam Darnold has the record now. 82 total yards on 9 sacks. The record was on December 31st in 1967. Oh, was that the Ice Bowl? That might have been the Ice Bowl. The Cowboys sacked Bart Starr for a total of 76 yards. That's the coldest. I think that might be the coldest game. That was the Ice Bowl. 12/31/1967.
Right.
The Cowboys sacked. They lost. Most sack yardage lost in a playoff game in NFL history. Sam Darnold now holds that record with 82 sack yards lost. Bart Starr had the record in the Ice Bowl when the Cowboys sacked him for 76 yards, but the difference is the Packers won.
Yeah.
That was the last NFL championship then, huh? Or was that? I don't think they would call it the Super Bowl then. I think that was the NFL championship. I'm almost certain. Because next year it was the Super Bowl started the next year in '68.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping I was excited, Unc, man. I thought it would have been a much more competitive game.
I
really thought it was. And listen, when I was on Inside the NFL and we talked about who I thought was going to win on Ocho Predicto, I only picked the Vikings simply because of the defense and what Brian Flores was able to do throughout the entirety of the season. Matthew Stafford and the offense, they got the ball out so fast, even if you did blitz, it didn't even matter.
Right.
Because you weren't going to get there. The ball was coming out so fast.
But but if you look at the Rams offense, a lot of that's why they're able to beat the blitz a lot, because they got a lot of bubble screens. They got a lot of jailbreak screens. They run a lot of shallow crosses. They got a lot of built-in side adjusts. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to trap them. Now, occasionally you can get them.
Yeah.
But a lot of that is built in. Cooper Kupp is right there. Puka does a great job of getting her head around. And, Sean McVay is really, really creative. He does a great job of understanding, like, okay, in this down and distance, a lot of the time they like to bring a blitz. Right. So if they're bringing a blitz, that means they're man on the other side. So what we need to do is get the ball into our guys' hand, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and now we get 2 blockers, or we get a blocker out there in front. He break a tackle. Now that's a big game. And they've done a great job of that since Sean McVay has been there. And the thing that Matt Stafford, the way his ability to change arm angles, Ocho, he can go overhand and he can slide, he can side arm it. But I don't know if that was a pass when that Scooper scored.
That was supposed to be a fumble.
I thought so too. I thought so too, Ocho.
Fumble, but the thing that saved Matt Stafford on that play, where even some people were still questioning it, is the fact that Puka Nacua was right there.
Yes,
he was literally right there.
Yes. And that definitely, I think you're absolutely right. I think that did save him. Because had it not, maybe they would have called intentional grounding, but because the guy scooped and scored, that would have been a touchdown. And I think that changed the complexion of the game, because now all of a sudden, Ocho, that'll tie the game, if I'm not mistaken. That'll tie the ball game up.
Right.
And so, turnovers are huge in this situation. And what did he have? Sam Darnold had one pick, one touchdown, 9 sacks for 82 yards. Matthew Stafford got 2 for 7 yards, 19 to 27, 2 touchdowns. And Matthew Stafford had a couple of drops.
Yeah.
Tight end dropped one, but Addison dropped 2 big ones, though. Mm-hmm. It's hard to hold on to that ball when you're that high up in the air, you hit the ground, unless you got a real firm hold on it.
Right.
That body jars and that ball is going to pop out. So, but look, Minnesota had a great season. But tonight, the Rams were the better team. Yeah. They outplayed them from top to bottom. Mm-hmm. And hold on, the Rams made a bonehead play on special teams. They ran into the punter. Who did they give? The Vikes another opportunity.
Yeah.
But that defense tonight,
they look good.
That's as good a performance that you're going to see, Ocho.
Right. How do you see it playing out against the Eagles and Rams? How do you see
Eagles going to have to run the football to slow that pass rush down. That's the only thing that can stop the pass rush, because it got into a point where they couldn't run the football, and so there was no disguise. There was no thought of them running the football. Right. And even when they did run, they said, you know what? We'll give y'all a little 3 or 4 yards. Mm-hmm. We don't believe y'all can hurt us with the run, but we believe those receivers, Hawkinson, Jefferson, Addison, Naylor, we believe that's where you could hurt us at. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut the head off the snake.
Right.
And then we're going to let the body just middle around. Mm-hmm. And they can't. I'm trying to think, Ocho, you probably got to go back. Tennessee did a number on you guys, but Burrow was able to pull it out. Remember when y'all guys went on the road to Tennessee? Yeah. Oh, yeah. They sacked him 9 times. But as far as like a dominating performance, you got to go back to that. Maybe what the Broncos did to Cam in the Super Bowl. Oh, this is what that looked like, Ocho.
Yeah, they was all over.
The way, because Cam really didn't have no time. Vaughn was on him. D. Ware was on him. Wolf. I forget the other. Malik Jackson. Mm-hmm. That was just 4-man pressure. Yeah. And a lot of this was just 4-man pressure. Yeah, they brought a couple of cat blitzes, brought the edge, brought the slot blitz a couple of times to catch him off guard, and they caught him. But really, that was Verse, that was Young, and that was Turner. Yeah. And they got home. Never Gallimore had a game. Maybe played himself into a big-time contract. But these guys, that defense was coming. Hell, I was like, damn, when did they slip Aaron Donald back out there? I like that defense looked like they had Aaron Donald, and they had Bond, and they had Leonard Floyd. Mm-hmm. When they went to the Super Bowl that year on that run to the Super Bowl late in the season and in the playoffs, that's what that defense looked like tonight. They got out to Minnesota. They knew the passing game was what Minnesota could rely on to beat them, and they took that away. And this thing was over. Ocho, when this thing got it was 24-3 at the half. You're like, y'all not coming back.
It was over there. It was over there at that point.
Yes, it absolutely was. But the Rams move on. They face the Eagles on Sunday. Yeah. Washington Commanders play Detroit on Saturday.